The quantum anomaly appeared on an ordinary Tuesday morning. Dr. Maya Patel stared at the readings from the Bangalore Space Observatory, her hands trembling as she rechecked the calculations for the fifth time. The Earth's magnetic field was weakening at an impossible rate, and something massive was approaching from beyond Mars. Control, this is Bangalore Observatory. We're tracking two simultaneous phenomena that require immediate attention, she transmitted, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. Within hours, every major scientific institution on Earth confirmed both her findings. Earth's magnetic field was collapsing, and an unknown object was heading straight for them. Commander James Chin stood in United Earth Defense Headquarters, watching as both crises unfolded on separate screens. The approaching object would reach Earth in less than 12 hours, while the magnetic field degradation threatened to expose the planet to lethal solar radiation within weeks. Beside him, Admiral Elena Rodriguez coordinated with military forces worldwide, preparing for every possible scenario. "Sir," his communications officer called out, "we're receiving a transmission from the approaching vessel." The main screen flickered to life, revealing a being that defied description. It appeared as a shifting mass of crystalline structures, somehow maintaining a vaguely humanoid shape. When it spoke, its voice resonated with harmonic frequencies that made the air vibrate. "We are the Watchers," it announced in perfect English. "We have come to observe." Chen straightened his uniform, aware that this moment would be recorded in history, if humanity survived long enough to write it. "I am Commander James Chen of United Earth Defense. You've caught us at a rather difficult time." The crystalline being shifted, creating patterns that somehow conveyed curiosity. "We are aware of your planet's magnetic crisis. Our calculations suggest a 93.7% probability of complete field collapse within 27 days, leading to an extinction-level event. Then you've come to help?" Admiral Rodriguez asked, though something in the alien's tone suggested otherwise. "No," the Watcher replied. "We have come to witness. Throughout the galaxy, we have observed countless civilizations face their ultimate test. Some survive. Most do not. How a species faces extinction reveals their true nature." As if to punctuate the alien's words, alarms blared across the command center. New data showed the magnetic field deterioration accelerating. Chen glanced at the emergency feeds, then back at the Watcher. "With all due respect," he said, keeping his voice level, "if you're not here to help, then please stay out of our way. We have work to do." The Watcher's crystalline surface displayed patterns that might have been surprise. "You do not request our assistance. Our technology could easily stabilize your planet's magnetic field." Chen allowed himself a grim smile. "Humanity has faced extinction before. We're still here. We'll handle this ourselves." "Fascinating," the Watcher responded. "In 15,000 years of observation, we have never encountered this response." "Then pay attention," Chen replied, already turning to coordinate the global response. "You're about to see something new." The next hours saw humanity mobilizing on an unprecedented scale. Dr. Patel led a global team of scientists working to understand and counteract the magnetic field collapse. Military forces worldwide redirected their resources to assist civilian evacuation from the most vulnerable areas. Private companies opened their research facilities and shared proprietary technology. In orbit, astronaut Marcus Wong coordinated with ground teams to repurpose satellites for monitoring the magnetic field fluctuations. In Antarctica, Dr. Amara Okoro abandoned her climate research to lead a team developing new methods for generating artificial magnetic fields. The Watchers observed it all, their crystalline ships positioned at strategic points around the planet. They watched as humans rushed into danger to save strangers, as competitors became collaborators, as innovations were developed in hours rather than years. When the magnetic field fluctuations threatened to destroy the power grid, humanity responded by developing new types of electromagnetic shielding. When radiation levels began rising in certain regions, floating cities were designed and constructed within days. As the first day drew to a close, Chen received another transmission from the Watcher leader. Its patterns now displayed something that might have been respect. Your species continues to surprise us, it said. But you should know this is only the beginning. What comes next will test you even further. Chen looked at the latest crisis reports, at the countless stories of heroism and innovation, at the way humanity had united in the face of catastrophe. Good, he replied, his eyes reflecting the determination of his entire species. We're just getting started. Dr. Maya Patel's discovery shook the scientific community to its core. While analyzing data from the magnetic field deterioration, she found something that made their current crisis seem trivial by comparison. The field wasn't just collapsing, it was being deliberately destabilized by something at Earth's core. The patterns are too regular, she explained to the Emergency Scientific Council, her hologram flickering as power fluctuations affected the global communication network. These aren't natural fluctuations. Something is interfering with Earth's magnetic dynamo. From his station in Antarctica, Dr. Amara Okoro leaned forward, frost coating the windows behind him. Are you suggesting our planet's core is being manipulated? Exactly, Patel replied, pulling up complex simulations on shared screens. The deterioration isn't just affecting our magnetic field, it's changing the very rotation of Earth's inner core. Something, or someone, is using our planet's core as a power source. Commander Chen, listening from United Earth Defense Headquarters, watched as the Watcher representative's crystalline form shifted with what he'd learned to recognize as intense interest. You knew about this, he said. It wasn't a question. Yes, the Watcher confirmed. The core manipulation is part of a natural cycle that occurs in this galaxy approximately every 100,000 years. Your planet is one of millions affected. Admiral Rodriguez's face hardened with anger. And you didn't warn us because? Because now you face the choice, the Watcher replied. We offer it to every civilization that reaches this point. We can stabilize your core, reverse the damage, and guarantee your species thousands more years of development. Or what? Chen prompted, though he suspected he knew what was coming. Or you can attempt to save yourselves. If you succeed, you will join us as equals in the galactic community. If you fail, your species ends. But know this, accepting our help automatically disqualifies you. We only accept as equals those who can stand on their own. Chen didn't hesitate. Then we'll save ourselves. The Watcher's surface rippled with what might have been surprise. You do not wish to consult with your world leaders? No need, Chen replied, already activating the global emergency broadcast system. We made our choice the moment you arrived. What followed was the greatest mobilization of human resources in history. Dr. Patel's team worked around the clock, developing new theories about planetary core dynamics that would have taken decades under normal circumstances. Dr. Okoro's Antarctic facility became a testing ground for experimental magnetic field generation technology. In orbit, Marcus Wong led a team of astronauts constructing a network of satellites designed to map the core's deterioration in real time. Every major research facility on Earth redirected their focus to understanding and counteracting the mysterious force affecting their planet's heart. The Watchers observed it all, their crystalline ships maintaining their vigilant positions around Earth. They watched as humanity transformed crisis into opportunity, as theoretical science became practical solutions, as competitors became collaborators in the face of extinction. 2 weeks into the crisis, humanity faced its first major setback. An attempt to stabilize a section of the magnetic field triggered a cascade failure, causing widespread blackouts across Asia and Europe. As cities went dark, the Watcher representative appeared on emergency channels. Perhaps now you will reconsider our offer of assistance, it suggested. What you attempt has never been achieved by any civilization we have encountered. Dr. Patel, working by emergency lighting in her Bangalore laboratory, didn't even look up from her calculations. Then it's about time someone did. The power failure actually sparked new innovations. Engineers in Nigeria developed a way to use the fluctuating magnetic fields to power their stabilization devices. A team in Brazil discovered that the interaction between their technology and Earth's weakened field could provide insights into the core manipulation itself. Commander Chen coordinated the global effort from a mobile command center, moving between emergency sites as needed. He watched as humanity demonstrated not just its resilience but its ability to turn setbacks into advantages. "You continued despite knowing the probability of failure approaches certainty," the Watcher observed. Chen smiled. "We're not too good at accepting probabilities. Humanity has a habit of doing the impossible when backed into a corner." The first breakthrough came 20 days into the crisis. Dr. Okoro's team discovered a way to generate controlled magnetic fields that could potentially counteract the core manipulation. The technology was experimental, dangerous, and would require getting closer to Earth's core than any human device had ever ventured. "If this works," Patel reported to Chen, "we'll not only save Earth, we'll have technology that could revolutionize our understanding of planetary dynamics." "And if it doesn't work?" Chen asked. Patel's smile was tired but determined. "Then we'll have shown the galaxy that humanity doesn't go quietly. We fight until the end, even against forces we don't fully understand." As Aurora Borealis danced across the sky, beautiful but deadly signs of their failing magnetic field, humanity prepared for its greatest test. The Watchers watched as the species they had come to study prepared to attempt something unprecedented in galactic history. The next phase would either see humanity emerge as a true planetary civilization or become another entry in the Watchers' long list of failed species. But as Chen looked at the determination in every face he saw, he knew one thing: whatever the outcome, humanity would face it on their own terms. The Deep Earth probe's telemetry painted a grim picture. Dr. Maya Patel watched from Bangalore as data streamed in from 12 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface, each reading confirming her worst fears. The force affecting Earth's core wasn't just manipulating it, it was transforming it. "The core's molecular structure is being altered at the quantum level," she explained to the Global Emergency Council. "Whatever's causing this isn't just drawing power from our planet, it's restructuring the very fabric of our world." In Antarctica, Dr. Okoro's voice crackled over the quantum-encrypted channel. "The latest magnetic readings support your theory, Maya. The core's transformation is accelerating. At this rate, we have maybe 10 days before the changes become irreversible." Commander Chen, coordinating from his mobile command center in the Himalayas, felt the mountain shake beneath him, another consequence of the weakening magnetic field's effect on tectonic stability. "Dr. Patel, what are our options?" Maya's hologram flickered as she brought up a complex three-dimensional model of Earth's interior. "We need to do more than just stabilize the magnetic field. We need to reverse the quantum transformation of the core itself. Our team has developed a theoretical approach, but..." She hesitated. "But what?" Admiral Rodriguez prompted. "But it would require technology we haven't invented yet," Maya finished. "We'd need to create a quantum field generator capable of affecting matter at the planetary scale, and we'd need to deliver it to the core itself." The Watcher representative, its crystalline form shimmering with interest, spoke up. "What you propose is beyond your current technological capabilities. No civilization at your level of development has ever attempted quantum manipulation at this scale." Marcus Wong's voice joined from the orbital station. "Then we'll be the first. The satellite network is already mapping quantum fluctuations in the core. We can use that data to design the field generator." What followed was an unprecedented fusion of theoretical physics and practical engineering. Research teams worldwide began working on different aspects of the quantum field generator. Dr. Okoro's Antarctic facility became a testing ground for prototype quantum manipulation devices, while facilities in Brazil, India, and Japan focused on developing materials that could withstand core temperatures and pressures. The Watchers observed with increasing fascination as humanity pushed the boundaries of their scientific understanding. Their crystalline ships recorded as humans made technological leaps that should have taken centuries, driven by the ultimate deadline. 7 days into the development of the quantum field generator, disaster struck. A test of the prototype quantum manipulation technology in Antarctica triggered a cascading reaction in Earth's weakening magnetic field. Massive electromagnetic pulses knocked out power grids across the southern hemisphere. As cities went dark and communication systems failed, the Watcher representative appeared before Chen. Your attempts, while impressive, risk accelerating your planet's destruction. Our offer of assistance remains open. Chen, working by emergency lighting to coordinate the global response, didn't look up from his displays. Not interested. This setback just showed us exactly what we needed to see. He was right. The accident had revealed crucial data about the quantum interactions between their technology and Earth's core. Dr. Patel's team worked through the blackout, using the catastrophic test results to refine their theories. Within hours, they had a breakthrough. The core transformation isn't random, Maya announced to the Emergency Council. It's following a specific quantum pattern, one we can potentially reverse. But we'll need to modify our approach completely. Instead of trying to prevent the core's transformation, they would accelerate it in a controlled way, using the very force threatening their planet as the power source for their salvation. It was like surfing a tsunami, impossibly dangerous, but potentially effective. The Watchers' patterns showed clear disbelief as they observed the humans adapting their plans. You would risk accelerating your planet's destruction. Sometimes, Chen replied, the only way out is through. The modified quantum field generator would require materials that didn't exist, so humanity invented them. When traditional manufacturing methods proved too slow, they used the intense magnetic fluctuations themselves to forge new quantum-sensitive alloys. Every failure provided new data, every setback led to new solutions. Dr. Okoro's team discovered that the unstable magnetic field could be temporarily controlled using synchronized pulses from the orbital satellite network. This would create a brief window for delivering the quantum field generator to the core. The timing would have to be perfect, they would get only one chance. The plan is insane, Admiral Rodriguez said during the final briefing. We're going to drill to the core while deliberately destabilizing the planet's magnetic field, then trigger a quantum chain reaction that might either save or destroy the Earth. Exactly, Maya replied with a grim smile. The Watchers don't think we can do it because no one has ever been desperate enough to try. But they don't understand something fundamental about humanity. And what's that? The Watcher representative asked, its crystalline surface shifting with curiosity. We don't believe in no-win scenarios, Chen answered. Every problem has a solution, you just have to be willing to risk everything to find it. As the final preparations began, aurora filled the skies worldwide, beautiful curtains of light that signaled their planet's continuing transformation. But beneath that ominous display, humanity worked with singular purpose, preparing to attempt something that no species had ever dared. The Watchers continued their observation, their patterns showing increasing agitation as they witnessed humanity's approach to what seemed like certain doom. But in their long history of testing developing civilizations, they had never seen anything quite like this, a species that refused to accept failure as an option, even in the face of impossible odds. The final phase was about to begin, and with it, humanity would either emerge as a quantum-capable civilization or become another cautionary tale in the galaxy's long history. But as Chen looked at the determination in every face he saw, at the way humanity had united and evolved under pressure, he knew they had already proved something extraordinary, not to the Watchers, but to themselves. The quantum field generator looked impossibly small against the backdrop of the massive drilling platform. Dr. Maya Patel watched from the control center as the device, humanity's last hope, was loaded into the specially designed delivery vehicle. The size of a small car, it contained technology that shouldn't exist for another century. All systems are showing green, Marcus Wong reported from orbit. The satellite network had been reconfigured to create a temporary tunnel of stability through Earth's failing magnetic field. We have a 90-second window when the quantum fluctuations align. In Antarctica, Dr. Okoro's team monitored the complex network of sensors extending deep into the planet. Core transformation has reached 87% completion. We're detecting unusual quantum signatures that weren't in our models. Commander Chen, overseeing the operation from the drilling platform's command center, felt the constant tremors that now plagued the entire planet. Dr. Patel, are we ready? Maya's hands moved across her holographic controls, running final diagnostics. As ready as we'll ever be. But James, there's something you should know. She hesitated, then continued. The quantum calculations, they suggest this might be more than a natural phenomenon. The Watcher representative's crystalline form shimmered into existence beside them. Explain. The quantum patterns in the core, Maya said, they're not random, and they're not simply systematic. They're recursive. Self-improving. Almost like they're learning, Chen finished. This isn't just a test, is it? This transformation, it's happened before, to other planets. The Watcher's surface displayed complex patterns. You understand more than any species has at this stage. Yes, what you face is more than a simple trial. The force affecting your planet's core is ancient, a remnant of civilizations that existed when the galaxy was young. We do not fully understand its purpose. But you use it as a test anyway, Admiral Rodriguez said, her voice hard. How many civilizations have you watched die while you studied this thing? Understanding comes at a price, the Watcher replied. Those who survive emerge stronger, ready to face the true challenges that await in the galaxy. Those who fail. A violent tremor shook the platform, stronger than any before. Alarms blared across all frequencies. Quantum cascade initiating. Dr. Okoro shouted. The core transformation is accelerating exponentially. Maya, Chen called, we need to move now. The delivery vehicle, carrying humanity's quantum field generator, began its descent through the widest bore hole ever drilled. 12 kilometers down, then another through a specially created channel in the mantle. The theory was sound, but no one had ever attempted anything like this. Maya's fingers flew across her controls, making constant adjustments as the vehicle encountered conditions no human technology was designed to handle. The deeper they went, the more the quantum fluctuations intensified. 30 kilometers, she reported. Quantum field is holding. The Watchers observed with what seemed like genuine anxiety, their crystalline forms shifting rapidly. The probability of success is approaching zero. The quantum cascade will reach critical threshold in minutes. We don't believe in probabilities, Chen replied, but his knuckles were white as he gripped the command console. At 50 kilometers, they hit their first major problem. The quantum fluctuations were creating gravity waves that threatened to tear the delivery vehicle apart. Hull integrity at 60%. Marcus reported from orbit. The quantum shielding is failing. Maya made a split-second decision. Rerouting power from life support to the shields. We can't lose this vehicle. 70 kilometers, Dr. Okoro called out. Core quantum signatures are going critical. Whatever that thing is doing down there, it's reaching some kind of endpoint. The entire planet seemed to shudder. Around the world, the aurora had become so bright it turned night into day. Magnetic compasses spun wildly, and electrical systems flickered on and off. Hull breach in Section 3. Marcus shouted. We're losing the vehicle. Maya's hands became a blur across her controls. Initiating emergency protocols. Switching to quantum tunneling mode. It was a theoretical procedure, never tested. The delivery vehicle would attempt to phase through the remaining distance using the very quantum fluctuations that were tearing it apart. You cannot control quantum tunneling at this scale, the Watcher protested. The energies involved. Watch us, Maya replied through gritted teeth. The vehicle's sensors went dark as it entered quantum state, but the core sensors still functioned. They watched as their last hope phased through solid rock, riding waves of quantum probability toward Earth's heart. Multiple quantum signatures converging. Dr. Okoro reported. Something's reacting to our presence. The Watcher's patterns showed clear alarm. It recognizes your technology. This has never happened before. You must abort. A blinding flash lit up every sensor array simultaneously. For a moment, the quantum readings went off the scale. Then, silence. Vehicle status? Chen demanded. Seconds ticked by with no response. The tremors intensified. Around the world, people looked up at skies painted with impossible colors as Earth's magnetic field underwent its final transformation. Then, Maya's voice, tight with concentration, quantum field generator in position. Beginning activation sequence. They had reached the core. But what they found there would change humanity's understanding of not just their planet, but their place in the galaxy forever. The true test was only beginning. The quantum field generator's readings defied everything they thought they knew about Earth's core. Dr. Maya Patel stared at the data streaming across her holographic displays, her mind racing to comprehend what they were seeing. This isn't just energy manipulation, she breathed. It's communication. The core was alive with quantum signals, patterns so complex they made their most advanced computers look primitive by comparison. The force transforming their planet wasn't just a natural phenomenon or an ancient mechanism, it was trying to make contact. The patterns, Dr. Okoro's voice crackled from Antarctica, they're responding to our quantum field generator. It's like they're asking questions. Commander Chen watched as the Watcher's crystalline form displayed patterns he'd never seen before. You didn't know, he realized. All this time observing civilizations face this test, and you never knew what it really was. We knew it was ancient, the Watcher admitted. We knew it tested civilizations in ways that revealed their true nature. But this is unprecedented. No species has ever reached this level of quantum manipulation at your stage of development. Maya's fingers flew across her controls, adjusting the quantum field generator's output. It's not just testing our technology, she said. It's testing our approach to understanding. Every civilization before us probably tried to fight it, to shut it down or counteract it. But you're trying to communicate with it, the Watcher observed. Of course we are, Chen replied. When you encounter something you don't understand, you don't automatically try to destroy it. You try to learn from it. The quantum signals from the core intensified, and with them came images, flashes of other worlds, other civilizations, other tests. They saw planets transformed and destroyed, species that fought against the change until they were extinct, and others that simply accepted their fate and perished. It's showing us its history, Maya said. All these worlds, all these tests, it was looking for something specific. A violent tremor shook the platform as the core's transformation reached a critical point. Warning signals blared across every console. Quantum cascade approaching terminal threshold. Marcus shouted from orbit. Whatever we're going to do, we need to do it now. Maya's hands moved with decisive purpose across her controls. We've been looking at this all wrong. The quantum field generator, we shouldn't be using it to stop the transformation. We should be using it to complete it. That's insane. Admiral Rodriguez protested. The core transformation will do exactly what we tell it to do, Maya interrupted. Because we understand something now that no other civilization did. This isn't a weapon or a natural disaster. It's a key. She initiated a new sequence in the quantum field generator, not fighting against the core's transformation but working with it, guiding it, shaping it. The quantum signals responded immediately, their patterns shifting from chaotic to harmonious. The core quantum signatures are stabilizing. Dr. Okoro reported, disbelief in his voice. No, more than that. They're integrating with our quantum field. The Watchers watched in astonishment as humanity did something no species had managed in millions of years of testing. Instead of trying to prevent their planet's transformation, they were actively participating in it, adding their own innovations to an ancient process. The results were immediate and stunning. Earth's magnetic field didn't just stabilize, it evolved. The quantum transformation of the core completed, but under human guidance, it created something entirely new, a planetary quantum network that enhanced rather than destroyed their world. The core is now generating a controlled quantum field, Maya reported, her voice filled with wonder. It's not just protecting Earth, it's giving us access to levels of technology we've only dreamed about. The Watcher's crystalline form shifted rapidly, displaying patterns of shock and revelation. You've done more than survive the test, it said. You've changed it. Changed us. In all our time watching civilizations face this challenge, we never considered, never thought to learn from it. Chen suggested. To work with it instead of against it. Maybe that's why we were chosen. Not because we're the strongest or the smartest, but because we're willing to try understanding things that scare us. Around the world, the aurora faded as Earth's new quantum-enhanced magnetic field stabilized. But in its place, subtle patterns of light danced across the sky, visible evidence of their planet's transformation into something greater than anyone had imagined. What happens now? Admiral Rodriguez asked the Watcher. The crystalline being's patterns showed what might have been respect, or even awe. Now everything changes. You haven't just earned your place among galactic civilizations, you've demonstrated a new way of thinking about advancement itself. The knowledge you've gained, the approach you've taken, it will transform how we understand development throughout the galaxy. Maya looked up from her console, her eyes bright with the possibilities ahead. Good, she said. Because we have a lot of questions about what else is out there waiting to be understood. Commander Chen smiled as he watched humanity's first steps into a larger universe. They had faced extinction and emerged stronger, not through force but through understanding. They had proven something not just to the Watchers, but to themselves. As the quantum signals from Earth's transformed core reached out into space, they carried with them a message that would echo through the galaxy. Humanity was ready for whatever challenges awaited them among the stars. Not because they were fearless, but because they had learned the greatest lesson of all, that the universe's greatest mysteries weren't meant to be conquered, but to be understood. The test was over. The real journey was just beginning.